Binjpipe is proud to be voted number 1. 137th in customer service.
With my old streaming service, I could never get a hold of a customer service representative. Now that I'm a Binjpipe customer, they never leave me alone. The second I have a problem, they're there to explain why it isn't a problem and why I should be more grateful for their ever-seeing eye.
The second my Binjpipe router went out, a service team was in my home. I didn't even know I had a back door.
I thought the volume was off on my programming, but the Binjpipe doctor discovered it was my ears that were wrong.
Not only do they closely monitor my enjoyment of their services, but they reward me if I turn in fellow customers who are not completely happy. Thank you, Binjpipe.
Thank you, Binjpipe.
Thank you, Binjpipe.
Thank you, Binjpipe.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Binjpipe.
Thank you,
Binjpipe.
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 Thank you.
The following Binjpipe content is sponsored by Bob's Shoes. Not only are Bob's Shoes one of the most comfortable pairs of shoes you'll ever own, but for every pair we sell, we donate another pair to kids in need. But if you return a pair, we take a pair away from a kid in need. Bob's Shoes. You better order the right size.
Mark, I've never loved someone as much as you. The control group wasn't even close.
I've never told anyone that before.
Binjpipe regrettably informs you that we brought back You Don't Know Jack. Binjpipe. Buzzword, buzzword, content, buzzword.
I'm Cookie, and this is You Don't Know Jack, the trivia free-for-all that has no rules. But it does have many, many guidelines, and you're expected to follow them all. Since we've got a group, I'll let you take a second and decide who gets eaten first in the event this game gets lost in the woods. Okay, let's see what happens.
Time for question 1.
First question. You can't spell women without Omen. If you took a BuzzFeed quiz to find out which Greek mythology maiden are you, you accurately predicted your answer and no one believed you. What are you? Basically a Persephone, such a Hecuba, fully an Electra, or totally a Cassandra. Hope you like what you picked. What were you thinking there? In Greek mythology, poor Cassandra was given the gift of prophecy with the side of, no one will ever believe you. If you don't know which member of your friend group is the Cassandra, it's definitely you.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
It's time for Consider Your Beer Held. Help me finish this tweet. Me. It would be really gross if there was a liquor flavored with wormwood. Sweden. Hold my Drambuie. Hold my mead. Hold my Malort. Or hold my Raki. Okay, let's take a look. Let's call this a teaching moment. Okay, nobody guessed it. Let's skip ahead. Malort is a bitter liquor made from wormwood. You can keep holding my Malort. I don't think I want it back.
Why don't we do it with 3?
Coming up next, grind it like Beckham. And get out your dollar bills because it's time for Dis or Dat. I'm going to read 7 names, and for each I want you to tell me if it's an English football club that plays in the Premier League or a male strip club. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between an English football club or a male strip club. And you're all doing this together, so pay attention. All set? Here we go. Man City. Crystal Palace. Club Boomerang. Queens Park Rangers. Night Barcelona. Stoke City. Swinging Richards. The majority of you are just average. But player 2, you really whizzed that dis or dat down your leg.
Proactive measures have been enacted for customer fidelity.
Oh, that means it's screw time.
That is the truth, Cookie. Using the screw makes it harder for all the other players to answer in a variety of pleasurable ways. And you'll receive a bonus for each player who chooses incorrectly.
I couldn't have said it better myself, apparently.
We like to give you things, as long as they're not tangible.
I don't need you anymore.
There is no hiding from RuPaul the Day. If I had one complaint about reality TV, it's too many humans and not enough mechanized flying machines. If the next season of RuPaul's Drag Race focused exclusively on airplanes, how could contestants reduce drag while staying fierce? Change direction and work the runway, decrease surface friction in stiletto heels, jettison all cargo with a smoky eye, or fly over water and accessorize. Look sharp. My friends, player 2 has unleashed the screw. No, don't worry, Gray is very distinguished. What'd you guys pick? Nope, the drag would be the same, but hey girlfriend, you look good. The less surface friction, the less drag. Shantae, you stay. Of course, RuPaul would still be human, although I'm pretty sure she could fly if she wanted to. Expert screwing, player 2. Here's your extra cash. Introducing casual dining for the enlightened mind. I just had lunch at the Philosopher Cafe. It's like an Applebee's if Applebee's made you confront your own mortality. Which appetizer pays tribute to the Father of Existentialism? A thrice-baked Play-Doh potato, a Kant croissant with beef drizzles, a farmyard flatbread with Kierkegaard Swiss chard, or a cheese-blasted Hobbs corn on the cobs? And how'd we do? Truth is subjective, but you're definitely wrong. Not to ruin the suspense, but you all missed it. Soren Kierkegaard is known as the Father of Existentialism because he gave birth to the concept with his brain, you know, like fathers do. Round 1 is history. Remember, these numbers also serve as your personality rankings.
Currently, player 2 is in the lead. Player 1, on the other hand, you are not good at doing this. We have another screw to help our targeted numbers.
And don't forget, round 2 screws screw even harder, and you'll net more cash for each player that answers wrong. So do not be afraid to use that thing. The rest of you better answer fast before you get screwed. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round 2.
You're doing so well, Cookie.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Here we have, guy walks into a bar. A guy walks into a bar carrying a Molotov cocktail and a loon. The bartender screams to the customers, "Duck!" The guy says, "Common mistake, it's a goose. Actually, it's closer to a heron. Technically, it's a swan." Or, "No sir, a loon is just a loon." Oh, look out. Player 1 just let loose a screw. Read carefully. So what'd you pick? Sorry, there's nothing funny about herons. Look, nobody got it. Let's skip to the end. Yep, a loon is just a loon. Unless you went to med school, then she's also a doctor. That screw is a good move, player 1. Here's that cash.
Make collègues sont des crétins. 7.
Here's one for you. Type equals squiggly bracket music, comma, female squiggly bracket.
Accept all cookies, don't clear your cache. It's time for data mining.
So, Binjpipe user data is very, secure.
But just for fun, can you identify who this information belongs to so we can return it to them without a lawsuit? Directions to get around that track. Is I ain't no grammatically correct? Why do these bananas taste like redacted? Whose search history have we acquired? Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Mandy Moore, or Gwen Stefani?
Hope you like what you picked. Leave Britney alone! Talking about how many times she's been around that track and how that shit is bananas is the way Gwen Stefani professes she ain't no hollaback girl.
I knew you would be able to do it. I had no doubt.
Yeah, leave the outdated puns to me, please.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
And now, the surrealist strut on the street. And hey, stress cut with mime sore.
It's time for a
Think fast on this one. The longer you take, the less cash you make. Okay, head in the game. Check out this gibberish phrase and tell me what popular saying it rhymes with. The hip Kafka bold walk. And don't worry about that punctuation. I'm just a small piece. Of the family stone. They're just like their parents. So, what was it? Let's get on with it, shall we? Next up, the most dangerous trivia game. The alien predator is an apex predator, but what is the apex of that predator? Its bone necklace, its wrist blades, its scary mask, or its loincloth? Let's see who got it. This is actually the lowest option, in more ways than one. I hate to spoil the surprise, but nobody got it. Apex means the uppermost part of something, and the predator's mask goes over the top of his head. Monsters from the 80s just won't die. Only last week, my neighbor was mauled by a Care Bear.
Sabes que es lindo, yes, perritos.
Try this on for size. Not your color. Who wears red, blue, and orange? Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Raphael, Leonardo, and Michelangelo, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, or Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? Who picked what? These 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wear red, blue, and orange masks, respectively. Apparently, the secret of the ooze is a complementary color scheme. It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. and more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Weapon of choice. When you see a weapon on screen, pick the person or character famous for wielding it. Good luck. Player one wins! Nice work, Player One. That was a photo finish. A terrible, backlit, weird angle photo finish. But still... You don't know Jack!
And welcome to Old Man's Memes with me. So, this is the show where I talk about memes, which I don't really know what they are, but they tell me that it's something that kids like to swap with each other, and they have a good time with them. So, this time they're going to have me watch something. Just here, do I hit this? Oh, it's a rabbit of some sort, or it has no ears, so I don't know if it's a rabbit. I think it might be one of those, what are they called? It's got a small tail, and they live in the swamps. Actuary, I think it's called. Anyway, it's sitting on a table of some sort, and it's looking away, but then it looks right at me. It's looking at me, and it's got a stink eye, kind of like, what are you doing, old man? And there's some dramatic music playing with it, too. It's great. So the kids, apparently they like it. They've looked at it 47 times, which is a lot if you think about it. What I think it means is that there's going to be 3 more weeks of summer. And that's the dramatic bunny. What? No, do I keep talking, or what do I do? Old Man's Memes!
Binjpipe is